Good morning.
Think it's recording.
Yeah.
Seems like it is recording. So welcome to episode 2 of my channel, Talking Kiwi. Again, I just wanna kind of introduce myself. I'm a father of 3, grew up in New Zealand. I live in Auckland, and today I want to talk about the vaccine mandate. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, honestly, what the fuck is going on there? It's confusing. Oh my god. So, because it is a health issue, I just need to clarify that I am not a health expert or a health professional. I don't know much about the human body apart from my biology classes back in high school and YouTube channels and Discovery channels, and that's probably it. So anything I say in this video is based on pretty much just information I've gathered myself online, DuckDuckGo, Google, and also a bit of the Joe Rogan show. And if it is the Joe Rogan show, that's fine. Like, for me, I think it's good. Like, I watch the whole thing. Like, every time he talks about the vaccines or mandates, like, I watch every episode. It's like 3 hours long. So it's not like, when I watch it, it's not out of context. It's actually, being part or listening into the whole conversation. And I think it's pretty good. I personally really like the show. So again, everything in this video is just based on facts that I've seen or gathered so far. And it's no health, not a health professional kind of thing. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I want people to know that they should have the right to decide for themselves. And what I don't understand about this vaccine mandate is how the government can control and tell people what to do and what to put into their bodies. Of course, it's great. I know they're probably thinking about the best for everyone, trying to get everyone to be on the healthy side, maybe. But personally, I think they are a bit behind. Like, all the actions that they've decided to do and bring on up to this point seems to be, to me, maybe 3 or 4 months behind the rest of the world. Maybe longer, Yeah. So, what I've seen recently is just what people think about the vaccine mandates. And not just about the mandate, about the whole vaccine and COVID, and also their thoughts in general. And it's just not great. No one is happy about it. Like, people that I know of. Like, there are people that like to follow the rules and it doesn't affect them, that's fine. I'm one of the people that, COVID doesn't really affect, the government doesn't really affect. I'm not choosing sides. Again, I'm not choosing sides. I'm not, blue or red. Personally, I voted for the marijuana party. Like, I don't know much about them, but I know, marijuana is pretty good for me, so. And also, Labour doesn't really benefit me in any way. Neither does National. So Jacinda and Judith Collins, everything I say is based on my opinion. Again, my opinion only, from facts and information and news that I've gathered over time. So anything I say, any opinion I make, is based on, the best of my knowledge. And that's it. And it's just, I'm just trying to have a conversation, trying to open things up, because I have a lot of friends that go to work, right? And they don't follow all this vaccine crap. They just want to go to work. They don't want to make money. Like, they're happy to take the vaccine and just head on to work, which is fine. I've taken the vaccine. I've taken 2. Because I'm a father. And I need to look after my kids. I need to make sure I'm okay. I don't want to risk being in the hospital or not being able to see them again for the rest of my life, which is probably short if, COVID has a bad effect on me. So, mandatory. mandate. I think that's where the word comes from. If it's not called a mandate and it's called mandatory, like more people understand it, and then they're like, the fuck, why do I have to take this? Like there's people online that do understand it. I've seen an article online where and I'm sure many of you have too if you clicked into this video and this does concern you a little bit. Like teachers, my daughter goes to school tomorrow. Like schools open up tomorrow, and they go to school. Let's start with schools. Yeah, let's start with schools. She goes to school. There's teachers, and we've got emails that teachers are taking vaccines. And what if they don't want to? Like, it should be their right not to take vaccines. Like, sure, if they get tested for COVID, if they have COVID, they should stay home. But should they be forced to put something in their body that's not even, like, had studies long term? We haven't even done studies of what this vaccine does long term. At all. We don't know. We don't know what this is going to do. And then they talk about, like, putting vaccines in kids. We only started on adults. Like, if you want to put it in yourself, that's fine. And if you want to force or, like, even start the conversation of putting things in children, sure. But mandatory? Like, if we're going to start with teachers, it's like saying, let's put... It feels like to me, like, personally, it's like the government trying to put their own people, like teachers, public schools are funded by taxpayers, and the government controls it. They're like, hey, you guys take the vaccine, it's mandatory, while people in parliament aren't, like, they don't have to yet, at least, I don't think, to the best of my knowledge. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong on anything I say. I'm always learning too. This is a really weird conversation, a really weird world that we live in now. But kids going to school and teachers, like, these people are trying to help children, and you're cutting them off. And there are people that can't take the vaccine for various reasons. I'm sure they could get like a certificate, but I've heard that the certificate is really hard to get. And I feel bad for the teachers. I do. Like, I don't like teachers. I hate teachers. They tell me to do homework and shit. But, like, I still care about them. As a human being, like, person to person. I don't want them to have to take a vaccine when they don't want to. I don't think they should. I think they should have the option to. Like, I saw a post yesterday where, you know how there's those yellow COVID vaccines, like, posters where you have to take a vaccine before you enter a shop, blah blah blah. There was a Photoshop edit of someone posting it where it's a guy that's taken a vaccine, like the stick man kind of guy, and then another one who hasn't, and we should get along together. It's discrimination. That's what it is. And let's talk about the vaccine. This vaccine that New Zealand has purchased millions of and spent so much money of without like voting on it, just suddenly, okay, let's buy all this vaccine. This Pfizer vaccine fades, like whether it's gene therapy or not, because I've heard it's gene therapy. I've seen articles that it is. I personally believe it's some form of gene therapy. Like, it might not be the gene therapy, but it's some form of gene therapy. And like, whether it is a gene therapy or not doesn't concern me. What does concern me is it only lasts 3 to 6 months. Should it even be called a vaccine? Like, if you take a measles vaccine or some other vaccine, like my kids have taken, like, and I have too. I'm pro-vax, like proper vax, like history vax. If it's been proven that it works and it saves a lot of lives, I'm pro that, But this vaccine New Zealand has rolled out only lasts 3 to 6 months, from what I've read, seen, and heard. And it's probably true. That's why the government and like they're pushing for booster shots. And like even like say people that's taken 2 doses, they can still catch COVID after 3 to 6 months. when the vaccine fades away. It's not a vaccine if it fades away. I don't want it to be called a vaccine. I want it to be called maybe a COVID booster, maybe from beginning. Not the first 2 doses. It should just be a booster. Hey, this thing only lasts 3 to 6 months. It starts fading around the 3-month point, and then 6 months up, boom, you can still catch COVID. The fuck? That's not a vaccine. Like, I'll be so mad if I didn't get those free like fuel vouchers and shopping vouchers when I took my vaccine. Yeah, man, some of the vaccine deals are pretty good. Like the amount of money, it's not even just spending taxpayer money on vaccines. It's spending taxpayers' money on vaccines, then having to spend more money on top of that to make people take the vaccine. And then if people don't take the vaccine after the government spends more money on it, like for Pacific Island areas where they throw a lot of money down, and for Maori people too, like it's great. We're watching out for their health because they are at, slightly more risk. Probably, which I want to believe, is probably more risk due to health reasons, because you're either older, like I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to state out the facts. Either you're older, fatter, or you have some underlying health condition. Then, yes, take the vaccine. And it should still be an option too. It shouldn't be mandatory. I just don't understand how something that's put into your body, like people complain about 5G, how it follows them, how it tracks them, all that crap. And now it's like mandatory shit into your body that you don't understand even more. You don't understand, like most people don't understand what's inside the vaccine. And nobody, not even health professionals, understand what the long-term side effects are. There's got to be side effects. I got like a lump on my eye, like after the vaccine. Is it because of the vaccine? I don't know. Should I blame the vaccine? Probably not. But am I going to? Maybe, like occasionally, just for jokes. But seriously, no. But it's just disappointing. Like no one knows anything about it. The Prime Minister definitely doesn't know the long-term effects and causes of the vaccine, what it does to you. And now we're telling teachers, hey, you got to do it. And then soon, like, doctors and all that crap, anything under the government branch are going to be guinea pigs. We're all guinea pigs. Anyone that's taken the vaccine, you're a guinea pig. You don't know what it's going to do. And I've had healthy conversations with people online because of lockdown, because you can't really meet them too. I'm happy to invite anyone to talk on my video channel with like no one watching. Well, there are some people watching, but not a lot. Which is fine. I just think it's my responsibility to share my opinion. And, it's affecting my family. My kids are going to school. My wife has to go to work. She has to wear a mask all day. I don't know if that's healthy. Like, if you wear a mask all day, and because not all work environments are great, get good airflow. If you don't get good airflow where you work, and you have to take a mask and put it over your face for a whole day, and if you're working there 8 hours, like, how is that good for you? You're not even getting like proper oxygen. Like sure, I can tell my wife to get hydrated and all, but might have some H2O crap. O2 and the H2O, maybe. I doubt it. I don't know what I'm saying. But I know for sure it's not healthy. Like when she comes home from work, her face is like red from the mask. And I'm not talking about like the creases from the tightness of the mask. I'm talking about her face being like flush from not having enough oxygen and wearing a mask all day. And you shouldn't be like, oh, everyone has to wear a mask. Like sure, on buses, that makes sense. It's ventilated. Like some buses you got windows, some buses you got air conditioning. And, it still flows around. Personally, I don't think the mask works very well. It just doesn't. Like, there's a video online if you could search it up, and there's a doctor that's vaping into a mask, and it just goes everywhere. Like, This is probably thicker than a mask. Even if it's not, I'll cover my whole face. You can still see smoke coming out. And that's air that I'm breathing out, and it goes everywhere. And people can still breathe into it. Like if you have a small leak in your mask, you're going to breathe into it. You're not going to prevent it. You're still going to catch it. And even if you do wear a fucking mask, okay, say you wear a mask, but, okay, and even if you stay 2 meters away, you wear a mask, you do everything you're told. You're doing everything you're told. All you need is one mosquito that's bitten someone that's got COVID, you know, or even had COVID and doesn't even show symptoms of COVID. And that mosquito, like if it was your neighbor, if that mosquito flies over and bites you, or when you're outdoors, or if you're in a mall, doesn't matter where you are. If a mosquito that's bitten someone that has COVID and bites you, you're probably going to get COVID too. Like if it's transmittable with air, it's definitely transmittable with a fucking mosquito. I got bitten by a mosquito yesterday. That's why I thought about this. You know, like, I don't think these are great solutions. I think we can come up with better solutions. And I don't think mandatory vaccines are great. And I don't like how the media wants everyone to fight about this. It's clickbait. They post something and then they just let people argue and then they shut it down. Hey, no more comments. That's it. In New Zealand, that shouldn't happen here. No, it should not. It should not happen in a country like this where people don't even get to vote. We only have 4 million people. That's not a lot. You know, use a couple of votes down, have a poll online. I'm pretty sure people online aren't very happy, or anyone in this country, they're not going to be happy with the current state and condition that the country is in right now. It's almost ridiculous. This is almost like a dream. It's almost like it makes no sense. And people are okay with it. No, they're not okay with it. They are just at home, worrying about their families, worrying about their job, putting food on the table for their families. Like myself, I'm worried about that. Like if it wasn't because I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and have extra time, I might not even post this video. And I'm sure that goes for a lot of people too, because everyone's tired. You know, you got to look after your family. You got to have a job. You got to do all this work and stuff. And all these rules, like even kids going back to school, like the rules inside schools are stupid. Like parents can't enter school. Okay, I'm cool with that. Even though, you know, if parents do go to schools, they don't go into the. They could just have a rule like not to go into the classroom. But there's rules where parents can't even drop their kids off inside the school. Like if you can't even find your kid in the school, how are you going to pick them up? Some are 5. They don't know. They just started school. They don't even know their way around the school. And the new rules for the schools now is like, okay, say this week, my daughter starts school tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 16th, I believe. 16th of November 2021. So she starts school tomorrow. She's got school on Wednesday and Friday. But the following week, which is next week, is Tuesday and Thursday. Life is stressful enough for that. And then we had online class throughout, you know, the lockdown. And online classes, they change all the time too. So they're making it difficult, like, for parents to have their kids to go, like, we're in a tough situation where we're back at work and it's hard to like sort out our own timetable. And now we got to sort out a kid's timetable where it's always different every day. Every day of the week is going to be different. It's hard for the teachers too, how they're going to make every day different. Like, and then they have bubbles. Like preschool, I might have two in preschool. There's bubbles of 25 students per classroom or per class. But there's 25 on this day, and then you might have another 10 to 25 on another day, depending on which part of lockdown we are in. It's all different, okay? All these rules are I feel like it's trying to make us all busy. like thinking about all these things. We're so busy trying to just live, and we're not gonna complain about shit because we're so busy doing all this other crap, all these rules, all these COVID rules. Control. It's just control. It's all about control, and like, I believe a lot of it's about control, and I believe behind the scenes, a lot of it has to be about the money. You know, first comes the money. What was it? First comes the money, then comes the hose, then comes something else. I don't know. Then comes the power. The power. Bad impression. But it's true, and like millions of dollars, maybe billions, in the long run, spent on vaccines. On a vaccine that's not even a vaccine because it only lasts 3 to 6 months. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why is Jacinda like okay with it? Why is she listening to her advisors? And who are these advisors? Like, what are they getting? What are the perks of them getting? Like, for example, like, back to my first video about real estate and property. Like, it feels like something is behind all this. Like, there's got to be a reason to. Like, real estate wise, people flip houses, they pay their taxes, the government takes the taxes, they take a cut of it, and then pass it on to people that need housing assistance. Whether it be accommodation supplement with working income, or whether it be like Housing New Zealand providing housing shelter or whatever for the homeless. Kainga ora, I believe, is the term for Housing New Zealand now. I didn't even know. I worked in real estate before, and I didn't even know what the hell that meant. Why change it? Why change the name of it? Okay, that's beside the point. But like the government, or giving the green light. We're not talking about the traffic light system. I'm talking about the green light to purchase all these vaccines without a vote or anything. So much money put into it. Something dark is going on. Personally, this is my opinion. Like, and this one doesn't even have to do with the articles online. It's a gut feeling. It's a gut feeling. The money put into it, the control taken over it. And you gotta understand, once the government has control over one thing, they usually want to try to take control of more and more and more. So hence why the rollout of possible mandates in the future. What if you have to go to work and have to take a vaccine? And why is it some people don't have to take the vaccine? And the reasons not to take the vaccine are we don't even know. It's not up for discussion. It's not up for people like you and I, normal people, to decide, hey, should we put this crap in our body? What are the side? I'm not taking a booster shot. No, my opinion is not. I'm not going to take a booster shot. I don't know what's going to do. I've had my 2 awesome deals and vouchers and crap already, but am I going to put more into my body? No. I think that's it. And am I going to put any in my children's body? No, unless it's scientifically proven, there's not really bad side effects. Or maybe when there's new pills, or there's a and speak of pills coming up, and also other possible real vaccines that actually last longer. But it's still under research. I don't even think we have one for SARS, do we? And that's 20 something years old. I just don't think it's fair for the New Zealand public. I don't think it's fair for myself. I don't think it's fair for my family. Again, I'm not anti-vax. People like my mother should take it. If they're old, if they're unhealthy, she does walk around the park sometimes. But still, you know what I mean. You should take the vaccine if you're unhealthy. Sure. But should you be forced to take it? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you should be forced to put anything in your body. That's weird. And this might be a bit off topic, but it's safer for a hoe or a prostitute to work and have genitals put inside them with protection and a condom than a vaccine. Honestly, I believe prostitutes working are safer than taking a vaccine. Not entirely, no. There's other things going on, but just throughout a normal day's course, if nothing weird happens or if your pimp doesn't give you shit, like, that's probably safer than taking this vaccine. I think. Probably. I'm not a scientific expert, but I think so. You know? If I could get a fuel voucher, oh man, fuel voucher to do that. Okay, maybe not. But is it safer? I think it's safer. And people are lining up to put this stuff in their body because, of the vouchers, which is fine. Good incentive, good fun. It fades away in 3 to 6 months. Don't know about the long-term effects, but hey, let's put it in our body. Sure, it helps you not get COVID, but if you're a healthy adult, I don't think you should have to, without your own opinion or choice, put this stuff in your body. No. Especially not for teachers, especially not for people that are trying to help our community. No, definitely not. It's unfair. It's completely and utterly unfair on them. And I don't like it. I don't know if people are going to listen. And now, there's two sides. I'm not picking sides. Again, politically, I'm not picking sides. Vaccine-wise, I'm not picking sides either. But I would like to have a healthy conversation. I would like social media platforms to open up and not block comments. Obviously, if it's like bullying or like swearing and anything like that, sure, that can be removed. But if people are just having a conversation about the vaccine, that should be left on and it should be ongoing because there's no final result and it's not proven. Yep, we should have a healthy conversation about this. I worry. I worry for our future. I worry for my children's future. I worry, for the parliament's future. I worry, like, there might be chaos. I want peace. And what's happening right now, it doesn't seem very peaceful. I got friends that are selling cars. They're not happy about this. I got friends that have restaurants. They're not happy about this. I got friends that are not working and they're not happy about it. No one's happy about this. Because there's no proper conversation about it. You're just being told what to do. I know security guards that don't want to take the vaccine because it feels like it's being forced onto them. If it was just an option, like any other vaccine, which is an option, again, it's an option. People go and they tend to take it. If they worry about it, they tend to go take it. But, like, initially I thought the government was just wanting to get votes from maybe the fat and like elderly and unhealthy people. Like, oh, the government cares about us, so that's why they're making everyone have to take the vaccine. Sure, maybe they do care and want people to take the vaccine, but it still should be an option. These kind of things should be an option, especially when it's not proven. Especially when you only last, like the proof they have right now is just it lasts 6 months. That's why you need to take a booster shot. Are you going to take one for the rest of your life? What if like more and more side effects like come into play? You can't take any more, and then you're going to catch COVID. And there's like, if you catch COVID and have antibodies, it's definitely, if you survive it, definitely stronger than a vaccine. Because it's the actual COVID antibody. Not like a gene mutated therapy or whatever that's just telling your body, hey, to produce more of this or that to fight the COVID. It's actually COVID antibodies. And sure, it does fade away, but the studies that I've read so far is if you catch it again afterwards, it's not as severe as the first time. Like, if you survive COVID the first time and you catch it again after 6 months or so, whether it be, as long as you caught it the first time and you got antibodies, the second time you catch it won't be as severe. Unless, of course, it mutates again and it gets worse. But the thing is, we don't have an actual vaccine. What I want to see is an actual vaccine. I don't want to have a vaccine that lasts 3 to 6 months. I want a vaccine that lasts my whole lifetime. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to follow fucking rules and shit. I don't want to not be able to go into my Starbucks and buy bling studded limited edition cups and shit. I want to be able to just go freely. I don't want to scan everywhere I go. I don't want the government to track whatever I'm doing. I'm not doing anything illegal, but, you know, a bit of privacy would be nice. Why? How? How has it gotten to this? And, like, there's countries around the world that know that they shouldn't control the people or else they'll go oh cuckoo. Like, I've had conversations with someone online yesterday, like an elderly gentleman, maybe not that old, maybe in his 50s, maybe 60s, right here, Pacific Islander. We spoke online in a public comment section, like forum, kind of like under the New Zealand Herald. And he said, okay, this is what he said. He said he would he's happy to take the vaccine even if it's every year. And you know, cheekishly, I left a comment underneath saying that it's more likely every 3 to 6 months you probably need a booster shot, you know, because the government wants people to take booster shots. And he left a comment afterwards saying, firmly, because he knows what he wants, even if it is every 3 to 6 months, he said specifically he will do as he's told. Okay, he'll do as he's told. And I left a comment afterwards, my final comment. I respect your decision. Good on you. Thumbs up. I respect that. That's what he wants to do. It's his option, his opinion, his life, his body. He should know what he wants to have in his body. He should decide what he wants to have in his body. He shouldn't be told to. But since he's decided already, that's good on him. But there are people that haven't decided already, and if you're going to force it on them, I don't think that's fair. No, I don't think that's fair. So whether you're pro this current Pfizer vaccine or not, like, I respect everyone's decision. I'm not trying to cause beef or anything. I'm just trying to open up a healthy conversation for people to have, you know, to obtain all the knowledge they have enough time to obtain that knowledge, and decide what they want to do. If people have freedom to decide if they want to take the vaccine or not, I'm sure, like, think about it, like, if your mum tells you, like, don't take the sports car out this weekend or while we're on holiday, you're going to want to take it out, you know? And, like, it's like, if you're told to do one thing, you tend to want to do the other. You know, we just don't really like to listen. And because of this mandate, you know, people are going to start speaking out. And it might backfire. But if it does, like, I don't want any violence or any, you know, bad, waste of time protests. I just want a healthy conversation, maybe a poll or something, and maybe some votes to decide what you want to do. Or just have the option to decide what you want to put into your body. We shouldn't even be having, like, firm conversations of children taking vaccines when there's no evidence on the long-term effects, long-term side effects, to be more specific. Okay, I told myself this video is going to be as long as a cup of coffee, and I pretty much almost finished it. So there's probably more things I want to cover, but at this stage, I think the main point of this video is mandatory vaccines. And after mandatory vaccines for, you know, people working under the government branch, if they have to take mandatory vaccines, once they've all taken them, you know, it's going to be pushed out again. Like, people that's taken it, it's like, oh, you know, you got to listen to the government, you got to take it. And you're going to have two sides again. So it doesn't really fix the problem, even if it is mandatory. And, it's, you know, it's a democracy. We should be able to have an option to choose. Why is it when it comes to this Pfizer vaccine, when the government spends millions of dollars off, we stop having this conversation and stop having a discussion about it? And why are social media platforms taking everything off when conversations do get started? I don't know. It's weird. I worry. I do worry. I worry for the next generation. I worry for our generation. I worry for the people that's taking the vaccine shots. I worry what's going to happen to them. And myself, because I got to look after my kids until they run away, right? What do you think? What do you guys think? Like, I'm always curious to see what people say. You know, when I talk online, I try to listen to both sides of the story up until the point I feel sleepy. Then I don't talk about it and I go to sleep. But when I wake up, I think about it again, like now, and I'm just thinking, what the fuck is going on? What the heck is going on? What the fuck? What's going on? Think about it. Just think about it. And don't be afraid to voice your opinions. Like, it's opinion. There are no sides. We are all humans. There are no sides. We're like a bunch of lab rats. Even if we aren't test subjects for this vaccine. Like, we're just a bunch. We're minuscule compared to what's out in this universe. We're not even that important. No one. That's why. That's why it's life. Try and enjoy the beautiful side of things. Yeah? Okay, I think that's it. I finished my coffee. I might make more videos about this, but at this stage, I just want to focus on the mandatory side, and I just don't think it's equitable. It's not fair. It's probably not even the best decision. I think it might backlash on the government. Like, if I had to make this decision and make everyone take a vaccine, oh shit, I would shit myself. Because I don't know what it's going to do on them. What if it hurts them in the long run? I would shit myself. And please don't choose sides. If you're pro this current vaccine, you know, please respect the other side too. And obviously, if you're anti this vaccine at this stage, respect people that want to take a vaccine. You know, it's what they want to put in their body, which is fine. And it should be an option. I don't think it should be mandatory. No, that's my final statement. I don't think it should be mandatory. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's fair. Please like, subscribe, if you want to hear more about my opinions and thoughts. But yeah, thanks for watching.